I want to go ahead and share 4 things that you definitely want to consider when starting your real estate business, or maybe you're a little bit further along and you haven't considered these. But one thing that is very tempting is this pool that you see back here. So that's a nice way to cool things off. So the first point I wanted to share with you is the expectation, just knowing that it takes time and patience. So I know we're in the social media age where you see everyone's highlights. You don't see everything that's led up to that point. So I'll give you a prime example. There was one individual that I was speaking with and helping coaching them along, and they said direct mail doesn't work for them. And I asked them, how many times did you hit the list? And that person said, well, I sent the campaign out once. So you guys, just expectations is just knowing that it takes time, especially on the acquisition side. When you're going direct to owner, for instance, it takes anywhere between a 6 to 8 attempt just to get in contact. One, people give up too soon, and then, well, first, they don't even make the call or send the direct mail piece or do the outreach. Second is that they give up too soon. So that's the first. The second is just trying to do all on your own. That when I started is I tried to do it all on my own and ended up being slower. And as soon as I ended up finding someone who was where I wanted to be, and that's exactly how I was able to get my very first deal, where at that time, you guys, is I had negative funds in my bank account. Is I actually owed the bank money, but still ended up figuring out a way to add value to someone else. Is that I brought them the deal, they funded the purchase price as well as the rehab, and I got thrown into the fire to figure everything else out. But that's what I mean, is just one, taking action, but also by trying to do it all on your own. Yes, you can do that, but many of the times it takes longer, and then that really just shortens your cycle. So don't want you guys to burn out or anything. Just instead of trying to go out there and reinvent the wheel, just find someone who already has the will created. A Cannonball challenge going on right here. Let us know who has the best cannonball. I'm gonna go, and then, all right, here we go. Yep. Oh, there it is. What would you guys rate it? All right, you guys, so I gave it my all on that cannonball, so I trust that you did say that I did win that. But is the next point I wanted to go into is just being more process and systems, which now I've shifted more to that. But just first starting out is I wasn't documenting what I was doing. I wasn't putting the right systems and procedures in. It's just one of those things is you're taking one step back to take 2 steps forward. And one of the platforms I personally use, I'm not affiliated with this, is actually Asana, where it's a project management tool, and I just put everything as far as our SOPs, which is standard operating procedures, and just about a step-by-step on how we acquire deals, how we pull lists. That way I can easily delegate it to someone. That way it's not always in my head. I tell you guys that this was an absolute game changer for myself. And if you're not doing it, please do it. It'll save you so much time in the future. So there you go. All right, so just finished the coaching call with mentees, and then also the foot long as well. And no pun intended, you guys, it was the sandwich from earlier. But just jumping back into my last point, which is finding people who complement your weaknesses. When you're building a business and company, and this is just a personal experience here, is there's so many gaps that you have to fill. So if you're bringing people onto your team that are just like you, is you still have those other areas that are still there that you need to fill. So you guys, like, subscribe if you haven't already the channel. Comment below on this new vlogging style that I have. Let me know how the feel, things you would like me to incorporate more into it. And then lastly is, if you haven't already, book a strategy session where it'll be with myself or someone on the team. Majority of the time it's actually with me, where we would hop on the call, figure out where you're currently at, where you're looking to go, and then how to bridge that gap. So a link below. Till then, keep being awesome.